Ooh. Yep, I've been playing Fortnite on this 2008 MacBook Pro, and it's been a very interesting experience. So guys, I hummed and hawed over and over again on whether or not if I was going to upload this video, because for the most part it's a really stupid video. I mean, this MacBook is 10 years old. 2008. Fortnite on macOS requires metal, and this machine doesn't support metal because only Macs after 2012 support metal. Also, this machine only goes up to El Capitan, so it has absolutely no hope of playing Fortnite in macOS. Now, the reason why I was hesitant to upload this video or work on this is because the game runs like shit for the most part. But the experiment of getting this game to work on this machine has been really interesting. Before we get into that, let's have a look at the specs of this machine. What are the specs? I don't know. They should be here. Whoops. Okay, so obviously this is a MacBook Pro 15-inch from early 2008. Its processor is an Intel Core 2 Duo. It has only 4 gigabytes of RAM available, which can be upgraded to 6 gigabytes. The machine's graphics card is a NVIDIA GeForce 8600M GT with 512 megabytes of VRAM. So that is the specs of this MacBook Pro. It is nothing special at all. Now let's talk through how I was able to get this game on here. So I was able to install Windows on this machine via Boot Camp, but Windows 10 is not supported. Same with Windows 8. Windows 10 requires a Mac from about 2012 and up, and Windows 8 requires a Mac from 2010 and up. So I had to go out and buy a Windows 7 disk from eBay and put it in here, loaded up Boot Camp, and installed Windows 7 on this machine via Boot Camp. And then from there, I downloaded Windows 10. So there we have it. I have Windows 10 installed on this machine. However, when I first installed the game and tried to launch it, it came up with a driver error and told me that I needed to update the driver, so that's what I did. I downloaded GeForce Experience, and from there I updated the driver. I'll have the correct driver name and everything on screen, I guess. And from there I was able to launch Fortnite. Now, this is where things got very interesting. Let's talk about the performance of Fortnite on this MacBook Pro. Okay, are you ready? I'm playing the game at a resolution of 1280 by 800. I have all the settings on low except for textures, which are on high. Yeah, high. And then VSync is off and motion blur is also off. So everything is on low. Oh. But what was my frame rate? My frame rate is where everything went downhill. So when I was outside in an open field, the best frame rate I could get was sometimes, my voice went really weird then, it was sometimes a max of 23 FPS, and then it would go down to a low of about 10 FPS. So the average frame rate when outside was about 13 FPS. But when I was inside houses or tunnels or just in a small area, the frame rate would go up to sometimes an average 30 to 40 FPS. So when I was inside, it was very playable. But when I was outside, not so much. So yeah, that is the performance of this machine. I did notice a few weird things when I was playing. If I tried to play with everything on low, meaning the 3D resolution scale, I had that all the way to 0, there would be black textures everywhere, which was quite interesting. Weirdly, if I had textures on low, this would also give me the black textures. So I had to keep it on high or epic to avoid this. Also, textures would sometimes take ages to load in, so everything literally looked like dog poo. You know how dog poo is kind of layered? Well, that's how it looked. It was really cool, actually. Whenever I jumped out of the battle bus, my character would not appear until I opened up the umbrella. So there'll just be nothing there. I'll just be a falling screen with no person, and then wow, out comes Crocodile Man or whatever this person is. I also tried to play the game at a really low resolution. I don't remember exactly what it is. And the game would surprisingly not run any better in that type of lower resolution. So the best resolution for this machine was 1280 by 800, which is just scraping HD by today's standard. I was able to get 1 kill in the game, 1.5 if you count the down to person. Whenever I tried to kill someone, the game would lag like crazy and it would be impossible. So this video is really stupid, okay? I'm not trying to say that you should go out and buy a really old Mac to play this game, because that would be really silly. Unless you want to have 10 FPS or 15 FPS in a really bad resolution and textures that look like dog poo, then that maybe is what you want. But yeah. So why have I made this video? Why did I decide to play Fortnite on this machine? Look, no real reason, to be honest. I just really enjoy seeing what Fortnite is capable of doing on older hardware, because honestly, the fact that it is even somewhat playable in here is quite remarkable. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Fortnite on the 2008 MacBook, everyone. I hope you liked this video.